All right, let me show you where we are on this blade now. That's a brand new adapter. It's the real common modern, we call it the bow tie. That is not the original equipment. I wanted to show you why I'm doing that. Here's the original equipment, which I sprayed with JB Blaster and tapped off of there. So that's the original one. And I've got a blade that will fit that. But I wanted to show you why I'm switching it. It's because this blade, it does engage those little nubs, but you see how high up in the deck it is? It's about an inch up in there on both sides. That reminds me, I have not checked this mower yet to see if the crankshaft is bent, but I wanted to show you why I'm coming to that decision. If you look down inside this adapter, the distance between the bottom of the crankshaft and the bottom edge is like 1/4 of an inch of steel, and that's one of the reasons it's so high up on here. Whereas if you look at this one, that is more like 1/2 an inch. So this adapter sits lower on the crankshaft, and that pushes the blade down lower, so that if I come in with this kind of blade now, say, and I put it up here, you see how close that is to the bottom? It's not unsafe. It's not below the lip, but you're not going to have to be dragging your mower on the turf of the ground to get a close cut. So that's important to me. So I think I'm going to go with this adapter and put this on another mower someday in the future, because I can't stand it when these blades sit up, like an inch inside the upper end of the deck before they're cutting anything. It's hard to close, mow close to the ground, or do a short cut. Say you want to cut your grass an inch or inch and a half tall. Well, you've got to drag the mower on the turf practically to get to do that, and that's way too much work and not good for your turf anyway. So I just wanted you to explain that to you, why I'm doing it that way. You guys may do it that way also, but I think sometimes it just helps to bring it up for discussion, as to why somebody would want to do that. So that's what I'm looking at. Now this blade's not real sharp, so I'll come back and sharpen it later. But right now I want to make sure that this crankshaft isn't bent. And to do that, I got to spin the flywheel around and get my little magnet and see if there are gaps. I'm going to lay me a piece of steel down here, clean the debris away so it's level, and stretch out my magnet where it's right, almost touching. Rub a paper towel on there and get that oil off, because I don't really want that on my magnet. That's the JB Blaster I put on there. Okay, so now, so it's touching there, right there. It's touching there. Now I'm going to turn let me get my gloves on. I'm going to turn the flywheel with my hand and watch that. And if that little magnet moves out of the way substantially, then that means I have a big crankshaft. So let's see. Yeah, I think it's a little bent. It sure is. Okay, so that is, you know what, to make it easier, I need to get that plug out of there. Let's do that. So lots of issues with Ophelia. They hit it hard enough to bend the crankshaft, but really didn't shear the flywheel key all that bad. It's interesting. Okay, now it'll be easier to, that needs to be regapped anyway, I can tell by looking at that. So I need to mark the high sides. Let me get a magic marker here. Okay, so that we're actually touching the crankshaft. Right there, that's touching it, okay? So it's going high. See a big gap. Now it's coming down. About ready to touch again. Get right at the dead center there. Okay. Yeah, it's pushing the magnet out of the way. So it's going up. It's going up. Going up. It's coming down. Really, the low part is pretty much close to the keyway. That's low. That's low. There's a little gap there, and so that's low. So if I'm correct, the high part is going to be. Get something to point with. The high part is going to be, since that's low, it'll be, I'll flip it around, it'll be up there. Let's see if I'm right. So I've got my little marker there, going around, going around, going around, going around. You see, that's the high side. See that gap there? And you come down again. So that's low, really. Pretty much touching that. I'm going to go real slow now. Go around. You've got to get this right. So that's going to be the high part right there. So now I'm going to mark that with a magic marker up here. And be able to see that in that rusty part. Okay, so that's the high side. It's not bent too bad. I've certainly seen worse, a lot worse. So let me get the blade adapter I use for this, slip it on there, and we'll start banging away. But let's take a break right now and let me go get that adapter.